Unemployment, COVID, sports, scores, and an update, and a couple of very important and emotional road dedications that took place over the course of last weekend. And a quickly changing forecast and weather conditions as well. Thank you for joining me. That's what's ahead tonight. I do want to make mention of something before we go any further. I want to say happy anniversary. Got some birthdays to pass along the calendar, but anniversary wishes tonight to everyone at Bailey's Furniture. Talked to James, my friend, earlier today. They're celebrating 50 years of serving not just McGoffin County, but the region as well, with their service and the quality of their furniture. And they're going to make mark of that with a big sale, their 50th anniversary sale. You'll be able to read about it in the Syracuse Independent. I believe next week we have an ad preparing, but it's ongoing now. They have Hayes reclining sofas for $9.95, Jasper rocker recliners for $4.95. They've got a Burbank sectional, beautiful by Catnapper, I think, for $24.95. A king bed, Von Bassett, $3.95. You can register to win a Lazy Boy and a Southern Motion recliner, one of each being given away. Some other great specials. Happy 50th anniversary to everyone at Bailey's Furniture. We hope you enjoy and have a little time to celebrate and recognize all that you have done and for all that you've been a part of this community. And we hope everyone has a chance to stop by and wish you well and register for some great prizes as well. So with that said, on to other headlines. With that, a couple of things we'll talk about real quickly from the governor's Kentucky update today. Historical. McGoffin County still, of course, I believe, has the highest unemployment rate in the Commonwealth, but the state as a whole is doing very well, and in fact has scored its lowest unemployment rate on record, and that is something, of course, we are glad to hear. He elaborates more. However, we will also hear the governor elaborate on COVID numbers, which are no longer at their lowest level.
This morning, we announced a historic milestone. We announced that the Commonwealth of Kentucky just posted the lowest unemployment rate in our state's history. That is fantastic news and further proof that while we face some challenges in our present, our future is as bright and optimistic as it has ever been. Record-breaking economic development is going to offer more opportunity to our kids and our kids' kids than many of us had ever thought was possible. The U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics first began reporting state unemployment rates 45 years ago in 1976. This morning, the Kentucky Center for Statistics reported our seasonally adjusted preliminary April 2022 employment rate was 3.9%, the lowest ever. Delving into the numbers, and other good news. The number of people employed in April increased by 5,080 Kentuckians, and the number of unemployed decreased by 2,455. What that means is we had people not only who were classified as unemployed, that were looking for work, that found work and became gainfully employed. We also had people that were out of the labor market that got back in and took a job. Both very good signs.
Signs weren't as positive, however, in speaking of COVID. Positivity rating for Kentucky is knocking on the door of 10%, and we're seeing more counties, including McGoffin and a few of our neighbors, starting to pop up in that shade of yellow and not green, with a new map scheduled to be out tomorrow, which will probably look similar to, or maybe even with more yellow than today's.
Given a recent increase that I think we are seeing in numbers, and we are seeing amongst people that we know contracting COVID, we're going to turn there next. Let's start with the map. We're going to have a couple pieces of data here, and I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Stack that show we are having escalated cases and spread. I think we all see that of COVID. Our map has picked up significantly. We just had 4 counties the 2 previous weeks, significantly more here. We expect probably more than this, if not at least this amount, when the new map comes out tonight. Let's look at our stair-stepper chart. Again, when that map is no longer just cases, as cases have become less directly tied to hospitalizations and serious disease, this stair-stepper chart has a little bit of less meaning on the overall where we are, but it's important to see what some of the trends are. Certainly this last week, a real uptick in cases. It's fair to say now that we are no longer leveled off, no longer at a plateau. We are seeing an escalation like is being seen across the country. Positivity rate certainly shows that. Again, I know this is a little different now that we've got take-home tests and the like, but certainly it gives enough to see an overall trend of people getting COVID at a higher rate.
Cases, for the most part, have been averaging somewhere around 3,500 to close to 4,000 a week for the past several weeks. Last week, though, right at around 6,500 or just a few less. But there is some good news, however. Hospitalizations are seeing an increase, but a much, much smaller increase than what we have seen with prior increases of this nature and worse. And the numbers of those on ICUs and on ventilators is still very, very, very low, and that's not really increasing hardly at all at this time. So those are some positive things to take from today's numbers. Again, the positivity rate at 9.35%, getting close to 10%. And again, we saw, of course, more counties in the yellow. I spoke with our public health director, Mayor Pete Shepard, a few moments ago. He confirmed that last week there were 14 cases in McGoffin County for the total. This week, from Monday through today, there have been 7 cases thus far. He also says that next Tuesday will be the last day to get vaccines at the McGoffin County Health Department due to a waning interest and their inability to store the required number of vaccines they have to get in a batch. I think it's 200 at a time. You still can, however, get your vaccine and your booster at other locations such as Walgreens and those that have been giving them throughout the entire pandemic. Check out the latest in savings on new sets of tires and vehicle maintenance at Conley's, like $150 back on Goodyears, $120 back on Bridgestones, and big deals on Firestone, Hankook, General, and more. All with perfect snap-on balancing, and where they only charge $35 for state-of-the-art computer diagnostics to fix exactly what you need and get you back on the road. On the web at conleytire.net or stop by in Staffordsville.
I'm Kelly Collins.
And I'm Taylor Shepard.
And we are with the Golden Law Office. We both began our legal careers in Lexington, representing the nation's largest insurance companies. This experience provided us with inside knowledge as to how the insurance company will defend your case.
We are now taking that knowledge and returning to our hometown in Eastern Kentucky.
As a partner at Golden Law Office, we are returning home to continue to help those hurt through no fault of their own. If you or a family member have been injured in an auto or truck accident, call Golden Law Office today.
Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Up next, coverage of a couple of very important road dedications that took place Saturday. I wasn't in town, and I'm still begging for someone to cover things like this, and maybe even sit behind the desk and do the show on occasion. I'm still looking for someone who might be willing to step in on either one or both of those roles. Case in point of needing someone, dear old Dad was kind enough and in town to film the following for me. However, without the access to my cameras, his didn't have the audio capability, and the audio is not great because it picks up a lot of the background and ambient noise, if you will. The traffic mainly is what I'm getting at. But nevertheless, still 2 very emotional and very deserving road dedications for 2 former Sayersville businessmen, one of them as well, a long-time serving member of the community in the capacity of the Sayersville City Council. We'll begin with that of Henry Clay Patrick, who was honored and recognized with this road dedication by the mayor. Much of his family and many of his friends were there as well.
Long-time businessman here in Louise. Always welcome to their home. Back in the 70s, I got to work part-time at the Texaco station. Got Everett, one of my best friends, you Dave. They seem to work a lot there, but they're always shining on their cars. I've never been seeing them no work, except on their cars. So I don't know how Henry Clay paid them on that. I don't know. They did have pretty clean cars. But Henry Clay was a pillar of this community. He has always supported Sayersville, McGoffin County. And it's pleasure to be able to donate or dedicate this sign, this street in front of his house, Henry K. Patrick Boulevard. All right.
Our family was very proud to have this sign. This road was dedicated to Dad. And I'd like to thank Mayor Pete Shepherd and the city council members, and I know Matthew and Pete works well together. So I'd like to thank the county judge and magistrates and friends and families that are gathered here. I'm glad to see my brother. I know one brother didn't come, he's not able to, and his wife and girl came. I know it's his grandpa and my wife and my daughter and her husband and my old lady. And glad Michelle's here. Her family was very special to us. And Dad wasn't a proud man, and what I'd like to do as a family, we'd like to dedicate this to the veterans. This road, I know it's not about the veterans, but Dad was proud to be a veteran. And there was three things he was proud of. One was being Christian. Second was being a veteran. And third was being from the Golfing County.
From there, the crowd of largely friends and family and DAV who were all there for both occasions went just across the way, over to Tom Frazier Way. Now officially named with new signage and hopefully, like Henry Clay, always remembered.
No. My best buddy, and I could talk about him all day, but let's dedicate the sign. I'll let I thought he got out of the vehicle and I said, Tom Frazier come to his own dedication, and there he is. Where's my man? Tom Frazier Way.
He was, I guess, all the years in council, off and on. I think it was around 28 maybe, altogether. And I'm sure he never dreamed that this would happen. There's many things that have happened since he passed away in the world, and I've always wondered what Tom would think about this. And then this came along. I wonder if the same thing today. I think he'd really be proud. We all are. He's with us. Go ahead.
Well,
We've been planning this for a long time, and I did not think it was emotional, but it is, obviously, for all of us, I think. It's hard to know what he would have thought. I think in some ways he'd say that was the craziest thing I've ever heard. But I know he'd be honored. I know he'd be very happy. He worked his whole life in this county, for this county. And I think we all remember him, and we'll always, but to have something like this, to have his name on a road, I think will help ensure that name will live on, right? Will live on well past all of us. And hopefully somebody driving down the road one day, when we're all dead, they'll say, who was that guy? And somebody will say, well, let me tell you a story about him, right? That's what we hope. Today is a crazy day, Mike. We're tearing down the back half of my grandmother's funeral theater. And so I was literally there about 10:15, up to my knees in some concrete rubble. And I called my wife. I said, I can do one of two things. I can be there on time or I can take a shower. It's your choice. She said, well, you need to be there on time. And I said, well, luckily I brought Dad's hat. So never mind the hair. I got the hat on. He's here with us. And I'm sure he'd be very proud. We love you. And you guys are big buddies. And I want to thank you for this. And thank you and the Renaissance Festival, the Renaissance Committee, and the City Council. Yeah. Thank you all. We're really honored that you all could be here and share this special moment with us. Thank you.
You need to keep wearing the hat, whether you work so hard or not. Keep wearing the hat. Tom Fraser never die right there. I can't get over.
Next, tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar. First, a belated birthday wish. My apologies to Kayla Nicole Minix. Her family called it in yesterday, and I had a couple of folks out of the office, and I didn't get it till today, so it's belated, but with a lot of love. Best wishes and a happy birthday from your mom, Kathy, and a long list of family and friends to Kayla Nicole Minix. Happy belated to you. And a happy 41st birthday to Shirley Bailey. Love Jim, Elijah, Mandy, Ricky, Hannah, Dan, Lakin, Beth, Kelsey, Charlie, Amelia, and Junie. Happy birthday to you. Going on to the calendar. The folks over at Water into Wine say they want you to know that they understand that times are difficult. They understand everyone's fears and the worries about the soaring cost of groceries and rising fuel price and the pressure it's putting on McGoffin County households and community members. But the food, they say, is harder to find than ever. The transportation cost is making it worse, but they are working very hard to try to keep things going, and they believe they can weather the storm, and they hope and pray for your patience as they try to do so. So as of right now, their distribution for June is as follows. They'll be open Wednesday, June the 1st and the 15th from 9 until noon, and Senior Commodity Day at Water into Wine will be Thursday the 16th from 12:30 till 2. Again, they thank you for your patience, and we wish to thank them for their service to our community. The Sagersville High School graduating class of 72 has got a 50-year reunion coming up the 28th at the McGoffin County Health Department in their big community room. If you have any questions, call those classmates' numbers there at the bottom of your screen. And call me whenever you've got a calendar announcement or a birthday or anniversary you want to pass along. And when you've got one you want printed in the Sagersville Independent, birth announcements too, well, email those to Heather at SagersvilleIndependent.com, and she will take care of them. From there, we'll go on to funeral arrangements, beginning with those to be held tomorrow beginning at 1 for Roy Duddy Helton, 79 of Campton, formerly of Sagersville. He passed away Tuesday at his home. He's survived by his children, Regina Tamrowski, Robin Lynn Milwee, Roy Roger Helton, and Jessica Sue Helton, as well as sisters Frances Johnson and Edna Ball, and 4 grandkids. Services will start again tomorrow at 1 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation begins tomorrow morning after 11. Services will start Saturday at noon for Robin Taylor Faith Bailey, the infant daughter of Jacob and Natasha Everidge Bailey of Sagersville, who passed away Tuesday, survived by her sister Ivory Jean Lee Bailey, her grandparents Selena and Robert Everidge, and Billy Perry and Homer and Nicole Bailey. Services again will be held Saturday at noon from the chapel of the Sagersville Funeral Home. Visitation will be that morning at 10. Contributions can be made in little flowers to the Robin Taylor Faith Memorial Fund at the Sagersville Funeral Home. Services are incomplete at this hour for 29-year-old Santana Michelle Bailey of Sagersville. She passed away Wednesday at her home. And lastly, this has to be read in loving memory of Larry Dean Patrick on his birthday, May the 17th. Not everything has changed over the years. Fraser's Prater Drugstore is still your most trusted pharmacy, where you can get your prescription brought to you curbside or make your way to the counter for a snack, lunch, or an incredibly sweet treat. And check out Strings and Things inside the shack, the Radio Shack, musical instruments, guns, ammo, electronics, and more. It's as wonderfully unique of a shopping experience as is the selection at Fraser's Prater Drugstore in downtown Sagersville.
Appalachian Wireless puts service, towers, and technology in areas that other carriers won't. With almost 300 towers in our 29 county coverage area, we know for our communities to grow, they have to have connectivity to succeed. That's why Appalachian Wireless's primary focus is to provide support and service to communities that are in our coverage area. Advancing the gap between technology and communities is our goal of providing a better tomorrow for Appalachia. We are the region's best and most reliable network. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Car wrecks, truck wreck, disability, workers' comp, slip and fall,
wrongful death.
Your case matters to you.
Your case matters to us. Contact McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
It is never too early for spring to spring at the seasonal shop, and it has. With new ladies' fashions in and arriving daily from all the fashion houses you've come to love, like Royce, Mud Pie, Charlie Page, Simply Southern, they have a new line of spring tees from Ivory Ella, and amazing scents in soaps, body lotions, and home fragrance diffusers by Michael Design Works, with something for every room in the house. Plus new home decor, and as always, so much more at the seasonal shop in downtown Sagersville. Couple of things in sports real quickly. The Montgomery County High School football program is hosting their spring skills and drills camp. This is this Saturday from 10 until noon. Any child in grades K through 8 can attend the youth football camp. It's going to be under the direction of the Montgomery County High School head coach, John DeRossett, and his staff. Current and former Montgomery County High School football players will be among the individuals providing instruction as well. Registration will begin at 9 o'clock that morning, this Saturday, mind you, at the football field, of course. It's just $15 per child. The registered T-shirts will be available for $15, and concessions are going to be sold during the camp. So be sure and check it out. Any kid in grades K through 8. Well, the 57th District tournament's been ongoing this week, at least for the boys. The Hornets are one and done as far as the tournament is concerned, and they'll wrap up their season. They came up 3 runs shy, 0-3 against Johnson Central night before last. So the boys will wrap up their season at 7-23 here in Montgomery County on the diamond. As for Central, after that win over Montgomery County, they went on into the championship where they were dealt the same hand by Paintsville as they dealt Montgomery County. They had 3 runs, but Paintsville put 11 on the board. Paintsville, your new 57th District champion as of last night's game. And the boys from Johnson Central will still, however, go on to the region. They'll play Belfry next Tuesday. And looking on, as for the Tigers, they'll of course carry on as well. And as district champs will play Shelby Valley on Monday. Girls softball action is yet to begin. Oh, as for the Martin County Cardinals, Martin County, who Paintsville beat in the first round to advance, wraps up their season at 8-18. Now, real quickly, on to softball, just to let you know. The girls from Montgomery County will play Paintsville. All these games are at Central Monday night. The girls softball action starts Monday night of next week. And let's now take a quick look at a quick changing evening that lies ahead. One we kind of knew was on tap, as is still on tap, a better than 90-degree tomorrow, 90-degree day tomorrow. In an effort to try to make it to the Board of Education meeting, which started at the same time the show did tonight, I put the show together a few minutes early. So this radar is, it's probably real life right now. I'd say the showers have already started to hit as I ducked out of here a few minutes early. But there you can see what's heading our way. Some showers and some thunderstorms rolling through much of Kentucky today. Very big swath as we pull out here. You can, just a little bit of everybody almost getting in on the action at some point throughout the morning, day, and evening. And it's our turn next. No severe weather, but there is a chance for some damaging winds. No severe weather reported yet here in the area, but there is a chance for some good rain and some winds and possibly some hail over the short term. You'll want to keep your eye on that. This is all out and ahead of some blistering heat tomorrow, literally into the 90s. We're up to 92 right now expected. after mostly cloudy and 62 tonight. But sunny and hot. The showers, once they're gone, and shortly, though you see those on the radar that you just saw, once they're gone, we're out of the woods for at least the first half of, well, the rest of the weekend, first part of your weekend. But 92 sunny and hot tomorrow, 60 and clear tomorrow night. Still the upper 80s for the first half of your weekend till a cold front changes all that. We will see 88 on your Saturday. We'll see partly sunny skies. Shower and storm chances really don't work their way into the picture until like 3 or 4 in the afternoon and kind of hover around 20% as that cold front starts to approach. But by Sunday, temperatures will start to fall even more, partly sunny skies and a greater chance of showers and storms. And by next week, temperatures will take another bit of a hit. So 92, sunny, clear, and hot tomorrow. We'll back off a few degrees for Saturday. Sunshine and only some slight shower chances. But as the cold front gets closer, there you see your Sunday. Low 80s, partly sunny, and a 60% chance of showers and storms. And then as we look ahead next week, temperatures actually down to around 70 by Monday, and nighttime lows of around 53. Short-lived as far as the low 70s. We'll recover pretty quickly, get back to 78 on your Tuesday, and get back to seeing some sunshine. We're not going to shake shower and storm chances, however, I don't think any at all, any one day at all next week. Thursday, 78, Wednesday, 80, Thursday, back down to maybe 78 or so. Some sun pretty much across the board from Tuesday on, but again, shower chances with that. So watch your weather for the next little bit, and then watch the heat tomorrow. That's it. Like a bullet, perhaps not that fast, I'm racing out the door to try to catch tonight's McGoffin County Board of Education meeting. I think they're going to be kind enough maybe to slow roll it or hold it up for me for a minute or two. It started at 6-ish, so I'll see how that works out, and I'll have coverage of that and some other news, of course, when I see you next time. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday.